Excuse my sniffles. Out in the shed again. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's chillier than heck out. We got down to about upper 20s last night. So I'm afraid I got some bad news for me. The push button assembly, I'm realizing that it was not doing what it should be doing, and that is spinning this rotor. I was cleaning it up and everything, getting it finalized so that I could put it all back together again from what I had taken apart from yesterday, and realized that this wheel was not turning. The rotor was not turning on this thing when I pushed the buttons on the thing. And I hadn't noticed it in the first part, but let's see if I can get some better light on this thing. And let's see, pointy. Here's a better pointy. That thing right there, that arm is part of this assembly right here, or this part, and it's what these things, these little half moon chingies here, once you loosen it, these things here will rotate on this shaft, and it will align itself to the angle of this plate. So if you dial this thing around, that plate there is supposed to rotate in conjunction with the rotor on the tuner, and this thing here, see if I can get it here, is supposed to rotate with that. It connects to this gear. Well, it doesn't connect to it, it aligns with this gear up here, and this is what spins this thing, rotates this thing. So it's broken off, and it was not in the cabinet, and it was in the box. I'm guessing that somebody had tinkered with it, and somehow or another it got broke, either from just brute force, somebody pushing on the button, or somebody. These things here will break very easily, but not if it's in aligned, in the same direction as that. But you'd have to move it off center, off axis, and because I broke one before. I mentioned it in the one of the previous videos of the previous Silvertone, I think it was, or the Silvertone before that. And so I'm kind of stuck in a rock and a hard spot. So I'm going to have to take this thing out. What you have to do is, if you have to deal with any of these things, if you want to clean this thing, this push button assembly has little slots on both ends of that thing, and they align with these I don't know what you'd call these, what you'd term them as, points on both ends of the tuner, and they slide into there, and then they took and they put a wedge punch on each of these things and spread those gizzy things out so they lock into place from in the slots. So what you'd have to do is take you a fine little file, or even a coarse one. This is a 3-pointed file, and this one here is a 4-point. That's a 3-pointed, and the other one's a 4-pointed file. Well, just file the sides, both sides, on both ends, down till she's pretty much straight and smooth, and then take a bar or whatever, a screwdriver or whatever, and set the wedges back to the middle of the opening of the slot. You might have to take a Dremel. I took a Dremel to mine and managed to get enough out of it. Yeah, this cotton picking phone it went down on me again. I don't know why it's doing that. I just don't, like most of my other things, before I can use it I gotta fix it. But anyway, I managed to get that thing off of there, and now it's just a matter of removing this adjustment nut right here and pulling this part out, and getting an imprint of what I need for this gear, and take me some of my raw flat stock around here, and I think I got some 16 gauge, maybe 18 gauge black paint lock or whatever the heck it is, cold roll, that I can take and cut a makeshift arm to put on this, so that I can fashion a gear on some gearing on the end of it, so that it coincides with this thing, so this thing here will operate properly. This one's going to be Helter Skelter, which is so I don't know, I'm going to need a lot of luck on this one, because this here I think is pot metal, and the other one I got is steel. And we'll see about some way of maybe I can laminate something on it, because there's plenty of room on the inside of this thing, but nothing on the outside. I can't go outside of that thing, because you can see how close that is to the side, to the end plate of that tuner. So anyway, I was debating whether or not to go ahead and take this thing off and clean all these parts up. Now that I had to take it off, I'm just going to go ahead and clean them and clean this up. And it's a lot bit more than what I was expecting, but anyway, it on the bright side, it offers me a chance to get in here and clean these up properly and everything. Let's see. We got the chassis masked off and getting prepped for refinish. I got the mount for this with the trimmer assembly in it. It's going through the finish right now, but it's curing up. And the cap for the transformer is finished. It just needs curing up now. So I'm about as far as I can get today. Doggy is in there barking his head off that it's time to come in. So anyway, I wanted to get this video quickly made while I was out here doing this stuff, and realized that was the problem with this thing. So anyways, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We're going to have more cat's ass trophies coming your way. Have a great one.